Hello everyone, this is Yahya again from evyCoding. Hope you're doing good. Welcome to our very first video on the problem solving series. This is a problem from LeetCode number 217, contains duplicates. The problem says, given an integer array nums, return true if a value appears at least twice in the array, and return false if every element is distinct. Well, we have three examples. The first one, nums is equal to 1, 2, 3, 1. So this one, the output is true because we have 1 at the beginning and 1 at the end. The example number 2, we have nums of numbers from 1 to 4. So the output is false because the numbers, between the numbers, there is no duplicates or some elements that appear twice. Example number 3, we have a list of numbers. The output is also true because we have a list or a sequence of ones at the beginning. Well, for this problem, there is several solutions. The first one is by nested loops. So we have nested loops. This is a list, for example. 1, and then 2, and then 3, 4. This is a list. Maybe we can add a 1. The first one using nested loop. So the first loop is gonna point here, for example, starts from I, and the second loop, it starts from I plus 1. So if I is equal to 0, so the element at the index 0 is 1, so j is starting from here. And start comparing. If 1 is equal to 2, then continue. If it's different from, example, 1 is different from 2, 1 is different from 1 is different from 2, 1 is different from 3, and 1 is different from 4, but 1 is equal to 1. That's it. We're gonna return true. Else, we're gonna I is going to increment, so I starts from the index 1 and j starts from here. So first it was I here. Sorry, I was here and j was here. But then I plus plus, so I becomes here, and then j also increments and starts here. This is the first one. This is the first solution with the time complexity of O of n squared. This is the first loop. I is equal to 0. I is less than nums.size minus 1, because we cannot, for example, if we start from here, I is equal to, for example, 1, we cannot access the element above it. From like I plus 1, we can have it, the length, this one, for example, we have the length of this list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I it's started from 4 and j is starting from I plus 1, which is 5, which is the length of this or the length of this array. So if we try to access the element at index 5, we're gonna have a runtime error. So the condition is gonna be nums.size minus 1, and then incrementation for n j is equal to I plus 1, j is less than nums.size, j plus plus. And then we start our condition if nums at I is equal to nums at j, and then return true. Else, if we exit the loop and there is no duplicates, or let's take it as the condition is never satisfied, so we are going to return false. The second solution is a bit more fast, The solution is, let's take, for example, this array. We take first this array. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. We are going to sort it to become 1, 1. So we are going to sort it in a non-decreasing order. So it becomes 1, 1, 2, 3, and then last but not least 4. That's it. And what we are going to check, we are checking if we are going just one loop, doing one loop. I is started from 0, for example, from here. This is I. And then if I is starting from here. If I is equal, the element at I is equal to the next element. So the element at I plus 1, we are going to return true, as we are going to return false. Because all the elements, if there is duplicates, and the array is sorted, they are going to place beside to each other For example, this one is not sorted certainly, but there is a sequence of ones. For example, and this one, for example, is sorted, but there is no duplicates or special elements. They are all original elements without duplicates. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's false because there is no duplicates. This solution. So we are sorting this list of nums for int I is equal to 0, I is less than nums dot size minus 1. Because if we start, for example, if we start from if I is equal to 5, and we are going to try to access the element above 5, which is the element at the index of 5, it's impossible. We're gonna have a runtime error. So if they are equal, we are going to return. So the condition is satisfied, return true. And if we exit the loop, so the condition is never satisfied, so we are going to return false. And that's it. And let's try. If we try the first one, we are going to have a time exceeded problem. So this is gonna run it. All the test cases are satisfied, so all they are accepted. When we try to submit, of course it will submit, because this is not the fastest, but one of the fast without using inserted map or inserted lists. This one have a 86 milliseconds of runtime and 57.29 megabytes of memory or storage. And here we have, for example, this is the code with the for loop. The code with the nested loop with the time complexity of O, big O of n square. So this is time limit exceeded, so we can use it. That's it for today, and see you in the next one.